SunDaze with styles, no weapons.
You're knocking the chair out, fatty. What the fuck? Come on, now it's out of focus.
SunDaze. It's your fucking best friend in the world, Styles here with
We got the weapon.
y'all, and we got
It's your boy FiF.
and we got,
Grabbing Swayze.
and we got,
It's your boy Price.
and we got Gallagher, and we are fucking here, and it is Sunday.
We're at Paper Cut Studios in Brockton. Book your session
Paper Cut
now.
Studios, baby. Key.
33 Dover Street.
See, I don't know why, but your little intro to I always picture you guys like pulling up in like a little one of those the pond hoppers. And like so you guys like the planes, those little planes, a little
I
propeller.
love that.
It's all for you guys.
Little months, dude. We should make a little bit. Yeah, I love that idea. That's a good idea. I like that. So,
Fuck,
do we
sidetrack,
have any housekeeping issues we want to
All I'm gonna say is subscribe.
Because you know what I say? All right, I feel like I'm
Hold on, Paul, before you.
We're gonna do shout outs and shit too. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, so what we
Let's
have.
go.
How many
Shout out
people?
for the shout out.
How many people are in the group, guys?
419, I think.
419. And we have what, 72 subscribers?
Yes.
On
72.
Facebook?
So, yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that? So the math.
If you can do math, then you're gonna realize
doesn't add
something's
up.
a little
One
off there.
plus
One
one.
more to four. You guys know too. I saw your thing recently where you
I blocked your page.
Facebook.
Only
That's what you
fans
guys
only
said.
for me.
Like, you're like, we're just gonna shut down the Facebook and force you to go to Facebook.
That's it. We'll start coming to your house.
I
We
know.
will.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I will come. We'll fucking sit you down.
Grabbing your phone.
You know I'm gonna go in your snack cabinet and make myself a little snacky snack, and then I'm gonna fucking.
Because we'll eat you out of the house.
Tommy will come over here and
Make-
hit you with a hammer over the
Make
head.
a merry sandwich. But I'll do some quick shout outs too. Fucking shout outs to Mr. John Price right here for his most recent
John
donation,
Price!
supporting the fucking cause.
Yeah.
And
Graphic
who else we
Swayze.
got?
Yeah, grab.
Fucking
would be-
shout out to Lexi Connor.
Yeah, Lexi
she hit us
Connor.
up on the Venmo.
Yeah.
She literally asked
Brian
me,
Caddy
"Oh, I don't
Roach.
have Cash App, but I have Venmo." And she said, "Do you have Venmo?" And I didn't, but I made a Venmo in 2 seconds. And then put it in.
Now I do.
Now I do.
Yeah.
Shout out, and she supported us from day one too.
Yeah,
Like,
she
she's
did.
always
Yeah,
been.
she did day one.
Yeah.
And so far,
This is a
the
lot of
biggest
people.
donation.
Yeah.
So far,
Biggest
Our top
donation.
donator right here, Mr. Graphic
Mr. Glove,
Swayze.
Yep.
We're gonna have Joey
I
Sevison later.
I don't
for
really
that.
deserve all that credit.
No, you do deserve. You deserve all the praise.
No, the truth is Dan owed me $40 and I said just put it to him.
And so that's probably why we haven't even seen the 40 bucks. It's there, but it is there. You know, it is there. But
I got hacked by a Nigerian
and
prince.
fucking and shout out to Brian.
That's not the word
Brian
for
Caddy
To Brian
Welch.
Caddy Welch
Yep.
and David John Kendrick for all of
Yep.
your support.
Music Man.
We're
Check it out.
gonna get
Music Man, all right.
we gotta get those guys on the show again. soon.
Yeah.
Fucking boy.
100%.
And shout out to fucking Pooji. We need to get you back on.
Pooch!
Have some debates. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that pretty much takes care of itself. But like, you know the whole spiel about we have our Cash App, we have our Venmo. We're asking for, if you know what I mean. I know it's a rough $1 a week to our viewers who, you know what I mean.
Go bi-weekly.
Who actually enjoy what we do.
Because we're trying to bring better quality.
Instead of sitting here like this, we want to come with headphones on and microphones in front of us, like
Yeah.
real cool podcast.
What is
Hey, you gotta earn it one way or another.
that escalated quickly.
If you don't start sending the money, we will be on the streets of Brockton doing things that we don't want to do.
Cash App Dan right now for your appointment.
Oh shit. Let me fucking bring it up.
One way or
What we
another.
got, man? What's the first topic? Yeah,
Alright, are you ready for the first topic?
I can't read the topics
The,
now.
the first topic is for Dan. Shenanigans and more shenanigans. What do you think about that?
Shenanigans?
Yeah, because Dan always wants
Who's
shenanigans.
Shannon?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. No. So what do you guys think about this? I sort of see this happening right now. This is just a thought of mine, so it's gonna be something, you know, strange. But no,
You have thoughts?
no. So, but what I was saying is it just my imagination, or does it seem like the scales are actually slowly starting to tip away from this like ultra progressive. I see people finally like
Well, dude.
pushing back now for the first
A
time.
little
Like,
bit, but it's still imagination though, because it's not.
yeah,
It's not enough.
I know it's not gone.
It's not enough. Not even close.
But is it
Well,
really?
you tell me. I feel like Chris has something.
Is it all like on the media?
Yeah,
If it's on media though, they're doing that.
I
shit on
feel
purpose.
like slowly but surely rationale is starting to take over. Common sense. That, look, once you start fucking with kids, right, in all these various ways, whether it's the indoctrination in school, the shit they're hiding from you that they're teaching your kids, and they're just like totally, not telling you this shit, right? I think even people who are far left have a problem with that because, look, this is the future of our generation. Dude, who loves their kids more than their parents?
No one.
Dude,
Right? You
and it's
piss
funny.
off a parent, dude.
They have
Facts.
a group called Gays Against
Facts.
Rumors.
Dude,
So that tells you 100%.
And all of
on
us here,
Instagram,
and all of
I
us
follow
here,
them on
are-
Instagram.
our
Gays
parents,
Against
every
Rumors.
single one of them.
Shout out to them.
Rap dads, pod dads, fucking. But no,
I
it was just
just-
a lady. I
Pod
forget what
dads.
state it is. It was just big. It was just big on the news. A lady, a school department, because she wanted to know what the curriculum was in the school.
Miss Solis,
One of the
from Rhode
teachers or
Island.
whatever.
Yes.
Put her face up on like their newsletter or something with like a big article and was blasting her face like up on the big screen at the school meetings, saying that she was like basically a fucking domestic terrorist because she asked what was in the curriculum.
And
What
they
was in
should
the
know.
curriculum?
Like as
are we
parents, but
supposed
I'm
to
saying
know?
as parents,
Okay.
don't we have the right
No,
to
no,
ask
no,
that?
no, no, no.
They
taxpayers.
had gender
As taxpayers,
theory and
you-
critical
illegality-
race theory,
illegality
and those
right there.
are what they were concealing from the parents. They made her file actually paperwork to the governing bodies of all this school shit, and then they turned around and sued this lady. Now there's a big non-profit legal organization that has got behind her now and is going to allow her to continue this fight for.
They
you
should.
know, yeah.
Because it's just, I don't understand like what's.
Gender's not a theory.
But like, what is?
No.
But the
It's
thing
fucking
is,
right, dude.
it just goes to show. Like, if they're trying to hide it so bad, they know that there's a problem.
yeah,
So within itself.
Because they say that it doesn't exist. I mean, I don't even want to.
But what the fuck is their incentive, like, other than just like the sick-mindedness of it, or what's their?
'Cause I
incentive?
don't
That's what I'm saying. Is
Right,
it
right.
to the teacher themselves, or is it coming
Well,
down from the
I'm
school's
gonna
curriculum? You know what I mean?
tell you.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay.
It's like human resources at a talent.
There's a saying,
Yeah, dude.
right?
What's the equal sign to it though? What's the equal sign to all of it? Why are we trying to convince men that they're women and women that they're
Because
men?
it'd be easier to
Whoa.
take over.
Oh,
later.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
Race
fucking
control.
fact.
Strong men,
Conspiracy theory?
right? Masculine
Conspiracy
men
theory?
are
What about
much harder
transhumanism?
to
Yeah,
They're
conquer.
trying to convert us into robots.
This is the toxic
That's
fucking
right.
masculinity episode,
Yeah.
by the way.
We're
Right,
side-
yeah.
yeah,
Side
they're trying to inject our
I'm
Yeah,
toxic
no,
as
sorry.
fuck.
My debit card doesn't even work half the time. Once they get that little chip figured out, I'll be worried about it.
Order in the fucking podcast.
Where's your gavel?
No, but I forgot my gavel. I did forget my gavel. It's okay, Dave. I can do that. No, but
The table's
listen.
on its last leg.
No, but listen. It's just.
I got something
it's
to say.
just- yeah, but it's just.
Lucky guy.
But it's just strange to me. Like, but no, I don't think it's. In most cases, I'm not saying none, but in most cases, I don't think that it's malicious as like they're trying to groom the kids. What I really honestly think it is that that they're still the minority, like the LGBTQ plus community, and I feel like they want everybody to fully accept their lifestyle. So they're like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, I get that.
So that's the course you go.
I-
to make
it's
me
weird.
accept you, that's the course you go.
yeah, I'm saying
The
I
course of
think that's
most
what it
conflict,
is.
right?
I don't
That
think
makes-
it's right, but
that
I
makes
think
no
that's
fucking
wrong.
Does acceptance work both ways?
I feel like that's where it started. It started out like
Because I'm not a hateful
to be accepting of these people, but it started out that way, and now it's almost turned into a whole thing where like, hey. And this is where everyone
And there's no
everyone
ceiling.
said it when it comes to the kids, when you start telling the kids like, oh well, you got a little boy or a girl that's 6-7 years old, and you start telling them, well, it's okay if you want to be a girl.
You can
go
take
with this, that.
hormones, you can have a
Right, you start-
surgery, like-
it's like, hey, can you let them grow up and make a decision on their own? Like you don't want to start.
Okay,
Like,
so
like-
classic case, right? Look at Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's daughter, right? When she was younger, looked boyish as fuck. Now she's like 15 years old or some shit. The prettiest little girl, you ever saw.
But
right?
that's the thing.
And so now she's real
She's
feminine.
years
She
old.
had time to grow up and realize like who the fuck she is. And if these parents, not even parents, if these parents are allowing their kids to be persuaded, okay, in ways like this, they're taking action long before, you know, these kids are even ready.
Because they're sort of
Yeah.
like proud of it. They sort of like
They're grooming.
it's like what is the word for it? Like they're basically it's like, you know, how everyone's like, oh, I have a Ukrainian flag. Listen, no, we're not doing that. Listen, like you have a Ukrainian flag on your. It's like one of those things where like,
I'm
oh,
ahead of the
my kid is this, but like all excited about it. But it's just like. I truly don't get it, and it's like it's not. But I feel like when you talk about these things, like people want to say like, "Oh, you're a hateful person," but it's really
We should
not.
have discussions, though.
Because what he was
They're talking about
saying,
anything
the
you want.
fact is, and you can look this up. Medically speaking, 85 to 90% of people with gender dysphoria, which is an actual medical condition, 85 to 90% of them, it corrects itself. They're either going to say I'm gay, or they're going to say actually I was confused. And it takes care of itself. So why are we going to start chopping things off? I just don't get that. And I think this, but they are starting to put a stop to that.
Let me add this too.
But and I think it's about this,
Hey.
honestly.
Yo, we need to
It's
see all these places?
it's tough too. It's tough too. For these kids growing up in this day and era, dude, we didn't have social media like that, dude. Remember, like we didn't grow up like that. So it's like you got to remember too. They're seeing everything. Like it's unless you are very strict on your kids.
You're right. It was a different
You're limited
world.
in their time on the internet or
So
social media.
with that being said, but my son's 11 years old.
Yeah.
He kind of has free range on the internet or whatever, and I feel like he has. I feel like what you're saying right now too. It kind of goes both ways because I feel like he sees it sometimes and kind of shakes his head at the same time. Like not to make light of this, but like he'll laugh at certain things and be like, "Oh, that's like it's just
Ridiculous.
And, so
Because he doesn't understand it.
well, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a hard subject, but again, you know, we want to sit here and talk about what teachers or what. I mean, even social media, whatever. But if you're doing your job as a parent too, I mean, talk to your kid. Understand what your kid what he wants to do. You know what I mean? Like,
You should be able to discuss. That's the biggest problem I have in this country now. You should be able to discuss anything, especially what affects your children.
Right.
And like,
you should be able to ask the teacher.
and to be treated like you're a bad person because you question that.
Bro, your
just
tax
don't subscribe
dollars,
to that, man.
pay that shit. So
Yeah.
you have every legal right to know what's going on with your money.
And they get
every legal right to know what's going on with
worked
the
up
kid.
about it. They don't.
No, but
they
even
don't like
beyond that,
questions.
dude, the money thing is solidified. Once my dollars are going to, I have every right to know what's going on inside there.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, right,
There's a lot of stuff that I don't.
I really believe, right, that
Maybe
they're
not.
doing this in school and they're hiding it, okay, what they're teaching children in school. Why? Because someday, okay, people like us who know better are gonna fucking die off. Right?
And
And,
that-
and there's no one gonna be around to tell them what right is.
What it used to. What it
Okay,
used
think
to
about
be.
how much teachers, okay, and peers, okay, shape us in who we are. Why do kids do stupid shit?
No,
Why? Because they're
though?
friends
Why
a
are they
lot
doing
of
that?
times.
They're
Right?
doing that to
Okay,
separate
so
you from your
my
family,
friend
so
has
you
a
depend on the state and
The
government
nuclear
as your
family.
dad.
No, they
They get
absolutely.
rid of you. So you look at your parents as the ultimate people in your life, right? When the school is putting a divide between you and your parents, now you're looking at the authority figure, which ends up when you become an adult being the state. Now instead of now you're looking at the state as your daddy the
They try
entire
to
time
convert
and doing whatever
Well,
they tell you to do.
well,
It's a psychological tactic.
Yes, and here's the other thing too. Is like these kids are being taught this at school, then they're going home, right? And their parents are telling them something else. It causes this confusion, right?
Oh,
The
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
even
I
though,
know.
That's right.
and then they see their friends or their friends' parents going along, and they say, "Well, geez, my friends are dealing with this, right? And this is how they're going about it." Geez, maybe it puts enough
Yeah.
doubt in your head to doubt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what your parents are saying, because now you're seeing it on two fronts: the teachers, the administration. Trickles on down, they're telling you that, and then they're
Social
seeing
media.
it actually
Yeah.
show up in
And
action.
viewed as an authority figure.
But like, I'm not
They're
against
viewed as an
kids
authority
trying to
figure.
figure out like what they're doing. Whatever. But the main thing I'm against is just stepping in
Those slugs?
and pumping them full of fucking hormones or cutting something off. Like that's
That's
only,
7 years
so I
old.
don't understand why. I don't understand
fucking
why that's considered like
Sick.
a hateful thing to say. Like I really truly don't.
Yeah.
Because if you're an adult,
we
and
don't
that-
talk about
by
it.
all
and
means,
nothing ever gets nothing.
well,
we
by
don't
all
talk about it, we
means,
don't talk.
I don't know
If
any problem with that.
anything that doesn't fit the narrative, right, is hateful. Okay, something phobic, transphobic, gender.
Like when Biden says MAGA
homophobic.
Republicans, I always laugh about that because I say
Everything's a MAGA Republican.
To him, a MAGA Republican is somebody that doesn't agree with every single opinion that his party has.
Well, you know
it is. I mean,
and they try to publicly shame you for speaking out about it. Like Miss Solis there, the woman you were talking about in Rhode Island, right? Who, okay, I want to know what my kids are dealing with. They made her file official paperwork. No, your paperwork isn't right. Do it again. No, your paperwork isn't right. Do it again. Finally, she had like an attorney do it or something like that.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
To my understanding, when the paperwork was right. And then what they do, they file a suit on her, right? They file a suit on her. Why? Because they know that she's going to go fucking broke trying to defend, right?
Yeah, that's a good.
There's
so many.
They know she's not going to be able to financially fucking handle it. When you got an organization that's got all this money and they put a suit on you, okay, it draws from your home finances. Yeah. Most homes cannot fucking support a lawsuit against someone who's got a stack of money like this versus your stack of money down here. You can't fucking do it.
Someone if you just go.
And
you gotta make a choice. Am I gonna eat? Am I gonna keep my home?
You can't afford to have a
what
release.
the fuck am I gonna do to defend it?
Yeah, like and it's crazy. Like I always try to sort of like walk the line, like in the podcast, and not because I don't want people.
Okay, Johnny Cash.
No, but I'm saying. I know.
Well done.
Do you know that I was thinking that? I was thinking that in my head, actually. I did. But no, it's like I feel like certain things it's so taboo to talk about, and I feel bad. So I try to like water stuff down a little bit, but it's like just what I'm going to say right now.
Shit.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this story, but multiple Ohio elementary school kids they're facing assault charges after a disturbing video was taken of a group of black students attacking and abusing white kids and forcing them to say Black Lives Matter. Like they were beating them.
I just recently just tried to catch up on this today. YouTube a few things and stuff. What I could gather, one, there's no audio to any of the videos that I could find. Yeah. So that I don't know what they're trying to push with that. Assault, that's terrible.
But I've seen other videos too.
The videos are grainy as hell.
But there's other
like,
videos
is that Bigfoot
too.
Attacking the kid? I don't know.
But that's the thing. There's other
thing.
videos too where it's clear and there is.
I look.
Dude, if you go on YouTube or if you type in like black kids harassing white kids, there's a ton of videos.
I know, but for that one pertaining to that one.
No, I understand that. But the thing that's weird, I don't know, man. Like that's why I said, like, I feel like, am I a bad person because I'm not bringing this up? But you do see a lot of it. And yes, it does go the other way too. But it does seem like there's a big, like, anti-white. I'm sorry, I just have to say it.
The white male is the most hated person on earth.
Anti-honky. The white male is considered a white devil, like you're racist just because you're white.
Right, Quincy Ocho.
This is a podcast.
So check it out.
Stand Up with Tom Segura. He was saying like, you're not allowed to. There's obviously certain words you're not allowed to say, but you can still call people freely, call people honky, crap.
Yeah.
You can do all that. That's all cool, but it's like, but you can't.
Isn't
say
that
any,
weird?
Like,
Isn't that weird?
But right, you can't say any other, and it's just like.
But literally
that's
anything.
Which you know the fucking funny part about it is you call me a honky or cracker, I'm allowed like like I don't know, like
yeah, we call each other honky.
I don't know.
We started back in the day.
I don't fucking care.
We're honky crackers.
I am what I am, dude. I am what I am.
Yeah, dude.
I
was born in the color I was born in, man. I don't know.
No, but I don't know. It's just very strange. Like, I mean, I ask my friends too, who are non-white, like what they think about it, and like they're like, honestly, I think this world's fucked. Like I feel uncomfortable, and I'm not even a white person. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure you guys have. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what type of world we live in.
Listen,
I mean, I guess growing up, like where we did, like in the '90s and stuff, like it's just like what happened in the good old days. You could call your friend and
people want this blanket snuggy solution. Yeah, they want this one size fits all. It's just not gonna happen.
They want like I'm in my safe space.
People need to get used to being uncomfortable.
Right.
It's not always going to be comfortable.
Which, by the way, you're lucky you live in the U.S.
No.
You don't gain any grip on the
Nothing. They say fall off, then you're not going to fall off the next time. You know you're not going to.
Like I'm also like I walk by somebody in the street and I always say like, "Hi, how you doing?" And some people literally like look at the ground or look away. I don't trust you. What kind of fucking person are you? Like,
it happens.
Because they don't trust you.
But why? Because I'm white?
Yes.
Like, it's strange.
You look like
It's
it's not that deep. People,
Dude, you look like the Unabomber kind of, so I mean,
I think people are
That was
detached.
why
It's
I
not-
got a
it's not-
haircut and finally shaved down this friggin' creation.
No, you got
Okay,
some
now you
fucking
look-
glasses.
Tom
apparently.
Cruise.
I know. I was
Caucasian
just thinking
people
that.
are like something like 54% of the population right now. I think a little over 50%. You know, I think black is somewhere around 13%.
You only
But I
have the
think
shirt on.
really what they're
Yeah,
going for is
we failed.
to take, you know, one race down a few pegs to raise another one up. But the thing is they're saying equity, equality. Those two words mean different things,
Right.
right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, that was just recently on
and it's like
Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Right,
Bill Maher.
but the thing is it takes the strength of it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game.
Do you think it has to do with it's almost 2024 where the elections are going to happen, so then they're sparking up racial tensions again, so that they can get a
Dude,
vote from the other
it's
side?
all political.
You know what I
All
mean?
these
That's
things that
wrong.
we're talking about, right, are all for elections,
Right.
right? But if the news cycle is fucking pumping it out, right, it has to do with an election at some point.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
not
right.
just
It's
like,
amazing to me
cranks
how
up right
fast
now.
the news cycle moves. Like in a few days, a story that was big is like not, especially if it's what they select what they want to keep talking about. And be, like, did you notice? Like, not to be a
Like
dick,
the higher
but the
derailment?
five black
Wait,
cops
shoot underneath
who
it real
beat
quick?
and killed the black suspect that disappeared. So
Yeah, but
if
they were
that was
eating-
5 white dudes who beat him, that would be for months.
Yeah.
Dude, how do
But they were immediately fired. The other
I
guys were
mean, not to be a
fired.
dick, but I am a dick.
Yeah,
So.
well, no, you're not being a dick though when you kind of spit.
But that's how
some
people
truth.
treat it, though. That's how
But
people
it's not
treat
just
it,
racial
though.
though. There's other things too. You can say the Ohio derailment. It took the media 2 to 3 weeks to even pick up on it,
Yeah.
and now they shoved it through the news cycle real quick, and now it's not.
And now
not
there's
heard
been
of.
3 of them from the same company.
I like how Buttigieg was
Yeah,
saying
but not all
like,
had chemicals.
it wasn't a big deal
No,
that it
still
took him so
though.
long to get there, but now he's apologizing because it took him to like, dude. I like I said, be in the transportation. Like, is it like being a kicker for a football team? People don't know you unless you're really good or really
Really
terrible,
good,
and it's like a ladder.
But it was, I just heard on a podcast, it was somebody said that it was the sociopath Olympics is politics. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, that's really what it is.
They should make Biden take the train over there to check it out.
Listen, I have to.
This should be part of the literacy test.
This isn't really a question, it's more of a rant that I'm going to read off quick, and then I think Chris probably have something to say about it too. So I wrote, funny how the U.S. government has a problem with Russia invading Ukraine when NATO, aka the United States pretty much, 100% provoked the war and put a stop to peace talks. Meanwhile, the United States government is next door in Syria, having taken control of 2/3 of the country, and another scummy war that will be included in the scumbag line war list that the United States government has perpetrated, such as Vietnam, Libya, Iran, Afghanistan, and yes, of course, the proxy war that they are currently fighting against
9/11,
Russia.
World War II.
If you're not hip to this yet,
No shit.
you should probably remove your head from your
Dude, there
asshole.
are
What do you think about
There are
that?
thousands.
I
of
think
proxy
it's definitely
wars
gonna reach
around
the
the
people
globe.
who
No, let's go down the line. Let's do that. So,
Yeah. What do you think about it? I'd like to know what Jay Rakowski thinks about it, actually.
I mean, proxy wars have always been
A thing.
ongoing, like they have. I feel like in today they've been multiplied, amplified, right?
And solidified.
Well, because with war comes business, right? There's big bucks in
Yeah.
war. So if there's no war,
the war machine.
Okay.
Again.
the war machine doesn't turn, and that whole fucking slot machine of war money, okay, doesn't exist. So there has to be conflict in the world for these greedy fuckers. First off, so people will literally start wars.
So I think
where thousands of people will die over, their bottom line.
What do you think, by the way? Because you look like you're thinking right now.
who, me?
It's
Yeah. I saw smoke.
I just
I
think
saw
that,
smoke.
No. I just think that, if the U.S. really gave a fuck, like, they would be trying to stop peace treaties, trying to figure something out, but they don't because there's money involved, and that's the biggest issue. Is like they know there's
I
money.
never thought the
There
left
is-
were like such warmongers, but they're showing.
They're just
No, they
as
are.
fucking bad as the Republicans back in the
Dude,
day.
remember the way they bashed
Like-
fucking Bush talk so much. Like they're just as fucking bad. Like it's over. Like don't get me wrong, because people always think on this show like, oh, these guys are a bunch of toxic Republicans. Like, dude, like there's plenty of shit I don't agree with. Like, they're both fucking scumbags. Both sides. Why? Democrat Dan. He ruins everybody.
Look at old turkey neck Mitch McConnell, dude.
Oh my god.
No, that shit's even worse now.
Like
If
a
you look at when these wars start,
game, dude.
every time these wars start, you ever notice the economy just starts to dip down? This is when they say, and then, oh my God, there's never wars when we're at our peak economically.
And we're doing bad.
It's always
right
on
now.
the downturn. I wonder,
Wasn't Trump
there's a correlation there?
Like, dude, there's all kinds of funky shit going on that not only people don't realize the truth about it, but sometimes they don't even talk about. Actually, me and you were just talking about how, despite the fact that mainstream media hasn't been covering this at all, the U.S. government is attempting a coup de grace in Israel.
Hold on. I thought we were let's get
Coup de
this.
grace.
Coup de
Let's get these guys' opinions too on
A
that.
coup de grace.
I thought we were
You
gonna
like that?
let's roll through
I
that.
do like it.
You know?
Oh, we're rolling through.
Yeah, for that last.
But that's still part of the whole
No,
thing.
I
The
get
war
it.
machine.
Understandable. Yes.
What do you think,
What's
Davey boy?
On either topic.
On either topic, do you think that there's this war-hungry fucking? Do you believe in peace? Do you? Are you?
Yeah,
Do you have the day off today? Are you here right now?
Honestly, man, I don't know. The way I just look at it, yeah, there's a lot more that probably goes on than any of us know, and they're not gonna fucking.
But if
tell
you
us.
talk
They're not
about-
gonna put it out there and say it. You know what I mean? And of course, it's fucking. What is the basis of pretty much all violence? A lot of it is about fucking money. It's money or something to do with money. You know, something that's gonna
Status, something. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So truthfully, I don't know, man. I couldn't if I was to sit here and try to say this person's right, this person's wrong. I'd probably.
I respect.
I wouldn't be able to say it.
But the thing is weird. Like if you bring up, I thought.
No. I mean, I just honestly, man.
Fuck you.
I like this stuff.
Dude, fuck you, bro. You got it. I give everybody a fucking turn.
I don't know, man.
Suck the thoughts out of
At the end of the
my
day, I just think, especially.
Sorry. Dude.
I think, personally, me, just at the end of the day, I think America fucking gets involved in too much other shit. And again, like I say, it probably has to do with money or fucking resources or whatnot. But it's like, I don't know. There has to be a way to do it without fucking war and whatnot. With I don't know. That's the whole point of trying to.
No, you're right.
Trying to come to some kind of an agreement or something like, you know what I mean, where if someone needs something or someone on this side needs something and someone on this side needs something else or whatever,
can work it out.
How do you not fucking be able to find a way to fix it other than saying, hey, I'm gonna come fucking take this and you know what, fucking you know,
right? Like it always comes down.
So,
Yeah,
I got the big swinging D in this scenario,
natural
so hey, I'm gonna fucking
resources.
come in.
Yeah,
and,
like natural
What he's saying is
resources,
the
land,
problem.
everything. No,
That is the problem.
Right, I'm gonna
Money,
get
your son is always
it.
getting
It's
But the thing that I think is weird though is that like we call all these other countries like, oh, they're terrorists and stuff, but like look at what we fucking do. Like that's what I'm
propaganda.
confused
Well,
about.
that's not weird.
Well, that's what
I would
it's
weird.
And then if you
It's ironic, but-
mention how this came about, like people think this war just started in Ukraine. I'll let you chime in. No, but that this just started in Ukraine, but it really started like in like 2013, 14, yeah.
Yeah, but they're pissed off because we're too close to them.
But if you say anything about it, they say, "Oh, I guess you support Putin."
No, but just think, say if Russia all of a sudden got Montreal, hypothetically,
Yeah.
Canada, we're not going to be fucking thrilled. They're hanging out.
Well,
you know what I mean?
no,
Like
missiles
they're right
and
fucking
shit.
there. Yeah, we're it's a proxy war because we got something like quid pro quo, like how we can do this. So now you guys are going to keep fighting back and forth. Half the population agrees with it, half the population doesn't. They're getting pissed off because, dude, they don't want us right there. That brings us, we're not the police of the world, but we're trying to police the world. You know what I mean? Like, what is it, like 3 years ago, we were in 136 different countries.
But
And it doesn't even have a military presence. When they have, like, the CIA, they have those guys. That way, when they get caught, that's not an act of war. It has to be one of our militaries to attack
But I'm
something.
saying, like, why do you think? What do you think the reason is that Russia invaded Ukraine? Like the real, like legit.
They don't want us in there. They want to take that shit back. He's trying to rebuild what once was.
Well, not only that,
Not
but
just that.
for economic reasons too. They're the world's
You wouldn't
leading.
want us there.
Ukraine has a lot of natural resources
Yes,
and shit too.
they got some of the most
Geologically.
fertile
They're the
farmland
plug.
in Europe.
You know this, especially.
Well,
They are the plug. Geologically, they are the plug that stops invading forces coming into Russia.
There's only 3 places. you
And
can
we were
enter.
trying to make them
Right,
join
from the
NATO.
edge of-
That would be like if Russia said to
That's what I said.
Canada,
You
like
wouldn't
said.
want them right there,
Absolutely.
bro. Like,
Or
that's-
Mexico. Like, they'd be right on our fucking borders.
They'd be pissed.
So we
wouldn't let that shit
provoked
happen.
it. We made it happen. And now we're like, oh my goodness.
Well, it's because we want to be there too. Because we want to have that position on them militarily. Stand by right there. We're not going to set up something there, but we're going to give you everything.
Yeah, we got rid of the pro-Russia. It's funny how it was when Biden was. Every time Biden is in the White House,
that was when that's when they were doing all the business.
I'm about to fucking slap a bitch. Yeah. Does Palestinians have to slap a bitch?
No, look at jumping.
I'm gonna fucking jump you in a minute. Go, Gallagher.
You talk.
Are you finished?
That's why I am
finished.
I'm
Okay,
sad.
good.
Six of us.
No, I'm sad.
Why are you sad? Your butt hurt? Oh,
I took a really big poop today.
Dan had 3 fingers up there.
Have them thoughts.
I'll have you know it was only 2.
They dropped the curtain.
All right,
Yeah, go.
but
Wait, one more thing.
I mean, really.
But wait.
I think it could be for food stability too, because like I said, Ukraine has some of the most fertile land in all of Europe. Okay,
Yeah.
Russia is
Snacks.
not known for its
Wheat,
fucking farms
snacks.
or anything. Yeah, snacks, right?
Snacks.
So that could be one. Obviously, with food, if you can export, there's money, right? We know that Russia is not like the most financially stable country in the world. I mean, they're using fucking tanks and shit, equipment from like the Cold War right now, which is why their tanks like fucking fell
Isn't the
flat.
population old now too?
It's the same with China. Like a third of their population is gonna die within like the next 10 years.
I need the summer of love, man.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that I was
Well, no, it's because they put a limit on how many kids you have.
Was it China and Russia or just China?
No,
China.
China.
I still think that
80s and
people
90s.
underestimate the threat that China is.
No,
honestly.
I overestimate it. You need to overestimate every fucking threat, and you need to prepare for that threat in an overestimated way. Right? That's how you fucking stay safe.
And that's a
Because you know right
That's
now,
military
and you can look it up,
100%.
in the Pacific theater, China has the upper hand.
I don't think so.
In every scenario.
Bro,
Look it up,
I showed you. I showed you all the bases.
All right.
We're surrounded, China. Did you not see that?
But I'm telling you, you're not looking at the other side.
I'm looking at the other side. I'm looking at the technology, and when they say they have the biggest navy in the world by the number of ships, yes, they do. The quality of ships is what
I'm
they're not
saying
telling
like
you.
even
The quality.
I'm saying even
so you
our
can send
intel.
20 of them against one of us. We're fucking
I'm saying like
destroyed.
our people, our government people are realizing like, trust me, they don't underestimate China.
Listen.
Not one bit.
No, but you know who does is Joe Biden. He's over here like, oh,
That's
fly
'cause
your
he's
fucking
fucking
balloon.
hitting Chia,
Okay,
yeah,
look at our
hitting each
fucking
other.
top secret base under the mountain. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny?
He let his balloons
Really
fucking
easy.
fly.
They can't
Let
do the same
the
things that listen
balloon
to
fly
the
across the
propaganda.
country for 5
Could've been our own
fucking
shit.
days.
They're gonna manufacture it. If we start fucking with them, they already make 50% of the ships.
Well,
in the
check it
world.
out though. We can
What are they
stop
gonna do?
Yeah,
this.
who's in manufacturing all this?
Joey's
But
really
right now they're putting it out.
We can stop
What's
it.
the word? Yeah, he doesn't believe that China's any threat at
Let-
all.
I don't. From a population point of view, too. This is why Russia and China are coming together because they're both in population.
But you realize that
declines.
they do have the technology.
This is their last
That's
chance.
that's
This
the
is
United
their
States'
last
biggest.
chance.
Take a hypersonic.
That's
The hypersonic.
So does
the
the
United
China, so does
States'
America, so don't
biggest
We do. We're just a little behind.
thing is that we're very
So
advanced.
do you believe that though?
Technology.
But we
speaking
don't
of
have
the way we are,
hypersonic
I don't
missiles
buy
which
that.
go 5 times the speed of sound.
This man
Right?
knows- this
Which,
man
which
knows
is
things.
really, really hard to intercept, which is why they can fucking kind of swing their dick around the world because they got hypersonics. Now, the worst thing is that if Russia shares its hypersonic technology with China, okay, because China's got the bankroll, China's got the buck, because they've been fucking us in the ass for like how
Their
long?
economy's collapsing.
Really, we could just
That's why
The
my
world's
ass-
economy is collapsing.
we could just
Their
cut
economy's
China off
collapsing the worst.
completely and they would fucking tank. But instead, okay, Joe Biden,
We did a lot of dumb shit. Like all
Joe
the budget
Biden,
shit
with,
we found
with
once.
Hunter and Ukraine and all this. Dude, China has him by the balls.
Yeah, he's
China-
a bucket.
Dude, take
bought and
their
paid
fucking
for.
Chinese dicks and smack him in the face and he wouldn't be able to do shit.
And it wouldn't even hurt because
Dude,
they're so
they
small.
would bring him down. Dude. They would bring him down.
Oh, you're.
I'm getting flagged for
Well,
that.
there's 30 days.
You know,
right
you know Rocky racism. But no, honestly. And I don't want China to take over here because
They can't.
They're
They're not gonna be able to. They
Because-
can't rush us.
because-
Geologically, they can't
because
rush us
Chinese
either.
food
No.
in China
You
is
mountains
like
on both
American
sides.
Chinese
Well,
food.
all right,
I
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
That's my
The
shit.
United,
So you're not worried about it?
the
No,
United
I'm saying
States,
it's not gonna be good.
the United States is not
I want
invadable.
the unhealthy shit.
But,
we got-
but it can be hit with
Right, you were basically
with
an island,
hypersonic
right?
missiles.
Right.
Because we don't have that technology.
Yeah.
We don't have anything
They say
fast
we
enough
don't.
to.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So hold on. You're saying Israel has the wall defense, but we don't have something similar to that?
Iron Dome.
Oh,
Iron
yeah,
Dome. So come on, really?
Israel.
Fucking Israel.
Well,
This
they're
is-
pretty rich.
This is
I
what
know
I'm
that, but
talking
you
about.
compare Japan to the U.S.
Like when
Oh,
people
yeah.
say,
Oh,
"Oh,
Israel's
Russia
an
has more
ally
nukes than the United States," oh bullshit, they don't. But they do though.
I didn't say the numbers. I didn't say they didn't.
But-
How many of those are active and good? How many of those are active and
How
good?
many fucking
That's
nukes?
what I'm
I'm
saying.
sure enough
No,
of them.
see,
How many
this is what
nukes
you
do you need?
stop reading
Do you
headlines.
believe it, though?
Read the body,
It's
buddy.
not just the headlines, buddy.
Read the body.
You're doing a little Democrat thing. We're like, this is what's true because I said it.
Democrat.
No, but here's the difference. I sent you the shit I find, so that's not because I said it.
I said you my shit too, buddy. You're not. Who do you think you're
Yeah.
on? Professor fucking.
You're just the guy on the
Vampires and
internet.
you.
Professor fucking.
Professor X.
Professor Cro-Magnum. Fucking calm down over there. I like that shirt though.
What we got
bro.
next,
Yeah,
bro?
it would be nice if
Alright, what we got next is the hats were. Listen, calm down. Rome wasn't fucking built in a day.
Destroyed one.
Dude, I feel like the United States right now
Get the
is
nukes
Rome.
ready.
No,
Rome's burning.
It's the new age role.
Oh, we'll be alright.
Rome's burning.
No.
Yeah.
We're too profitable.
I think we're gonna change though. I do think. I
The
do
only
think
way we lose
What
out
was
is if
the
the
United
world
States?
declines all together at once,
Only
and
changing
then
your
somebody
drugs,
needs
I
to
know
emerge
that.
from the role.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Then we're in
If
trouble.
that,
But if it
man.
never gets to that
If
point,
that.
we're fine.
a huge topic that we
Turn
can
them inside out to get
and there's a
another day
lot
out
of
of it.
avenues. There's a lot of avenues. How come you have duty chains in the front and back of your underwear? That's whoa. But anyways, no.
Oh, you get 3 days.
This
out
is a
of
story.
yours, huh?
Yeah, this is a story. I don't wear any. No.
You turn them
This is
inside out
fucking-
and flip them around the neck.
This is something we can go in a lot of directions and discuss about the Americans that were kidnapped by the cartel. Like that was a
crazy, bro.
huge story.
Dude, we should.
And
Bullshit.
like, it goes all the way back into the whole shit with the fucking border not being secure. Like, I just don't. Does anybody know like what is the reason why?
Very good.
No, go. Yeah. I was asking you.
Yeah, I
What's
was
the
gonna
reason
say,
Didn't
why?
they go to Mexico? Didn't they get attacked in Mexico?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were
crossed
in
the
The
that.
border. They crossed the border already.
Yeah, I know.
Legally.
And definitely said like you gotta think
To get
and
a
be
procedure.
careful. Like
Hey,
if you knew that shit was
Well,
live.
let me ask you this: what if the same shit was happening when they crossed this border? What do you think the outrage would be?
Oh no, they'll get a house,
if all
they'll get a
these were
house, some
equal-
money, and
Yeah, you
What
see
if
that?
I
Oh,
had balls? She'd beat my uncle.
But-
But we can one up till we're red in the face.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. Like,
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that
yeah.
happens. Shit happens. We're just not on
Well,
that
but
topic.
what do you think? What do you think the result would be?
You know,
we wouldn't lay down the 5 people out there.
I tell you what, there
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
more outrage here in America than there would in Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mexico.
In America, people would be
Yep.
pissed in fucking America. I mean, it's the same thing that goes on with a lot of bullshit
Yeah.
nowadays. People here in America would be like, "Are you kidding me? We fucking killed these people that came into our country and this, that, or..." And Mexico would be like, "Oh, what the fuck were they doing in your country?" You know what I mean? Like,
there are people who are calling
Exactly.
for
Exactly.
the United States military to dismantle the cartels.
And I'm actually for that. You know why?
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
Should we sell crack as a
They
country?
can't.
to-
yeah,
to-
but there's
They can't sue economically profitable for
you're
the
talking
US.
about people in Mexico though saying that too, right? You're saying
Yeah.
people in Mexico want
Well,
the U.S. to come in and fucking.
No, the U.S. too, because
But-
now
Well, no, I know,
Both sides.
but that's why I'm saying, like, even down there, they're saying we have a fucking problem. And
yeah,
somebody
it's
needs to come
crazy
help
that a
us, like, you know
cartel
what I mean? Like,
is more powerful than the fucking country. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
more,
we can't-
The citizens
the cartel
want-
is
our
more
government
powerful
doesn't
than their
It's too
government.
profitable.
Right.
Bringing the
Okay,
tanks across the
so
border creates way
there's
too
two
much
governments
money.
in Mexico. One is the actual government, and the other one is the cartel.
Yeah.
And they try not to fucking cross streams, like in the Ghostbusters. Never cross streams.
And the current administration is just serving it right
Why?
up to them.
Right,
Just
but-
throw
but-
it right in, buddy boy.
so the
Bring the
biggest,
Fetty in.
the biggest
Oh, yeah.
opponent
I
of
think
this.
it's had a bus in Massachusetts. They just busted them. They
That was
had
huge.
111,000 pills
Yeah.
of fentanyl.
no, down New Betty too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That comes from
Of course,
China.
that's where all the
though.
scumbags-
Right, but
I know.
it's being manufactured in Mexico, so the ingredients are coming from China to Mexico and being processed into saleable product. Right, so there are these
Actually,
big
no,
warehouses and
Oh, no,
facilities,
shot.
and we're talking about like drone striking these facilities and just taking them out of the game. And whoever happens to be in those facilities, well, you shouldn't be fucking there anyway.
Collateral damage.
Right, it's not even
that fucking cloud,
intended
fetty
damage.
cloud coming across your town. Jesus. We were pissed about Palestine. Everybody's gonna be jammed all around
If
South
you could
Texas.
take
It'll be a long line of just dead shit. You know what I mean?
Look, what do you think the truth is about what's really going on in the ground?
We'll never
In the
know
ground?
any truth. Probably
In
everything we're
Ukraine.
talking about is all
What do you think?
lies.
I don't think we know, and I don't think we will know what's really going on.
No,
It's just like
never.
Ukraine is fucking winning. They're doing it like it's not. No.
24 hours, Russia hit them with 95 missiles.
Dude,
Yeah,
they said that
that's
the
insane.
average lifespan of Ukrainian
Hypersonic.
soldier
That's
right now
insane.
is 4 hours.
Yeah.
They were able to intercept 35 of them, though.
Yeah, they say the Patriot can't keep up with the
No,
Patriot defense
no,
system.
our Patriots cannot.
And it says because the trajectory of them goes under the
Yeah, because I heard that Russia has
Boom,
that.
right to the last minute.
It's
you see
too
it.
late. It's too late.
Russia has a new
What I'm wondering,
generation
though-
tank that has a defense system that can read incoming missile and it fires another missile.
Listen-
And that's what I'm talking about. Like
But this
they
is too
think
fast
they
for that to
just
respond.
have only like weapons left over from World War II, but that's not a reality.
No, but
Well,
how many?
hold on,
How many though?
Cold War.
Hold on,
How
let
many?
me-
They
let
have
me-
10 to 100?
Yeah,
Was that
Let
ratio?
me bring this up though.
The shit they've been dropping.
Who is do they even have enough like people in the country in Russia making
Capable.
new shit?
They don't.
Yeah, because
No,
once
this
they
is-
run
yes.
out of the fucking reserves, dude, what's
Well, I mean,
Well,
I'm pretty
that's
sure
why
that
the
all the
sanctions-
fucking shit that
all the
China's doing right
sanctions
now,
have shut down
the
all
fucking
this shit.
drones and all
They
the
don't have.
weapons.
They don't have no steel mills going on. There's no nothing, dude. There's
No,
no.
The
There's no
fact that
fabrication
China
of
and
aluminum.
Russia are fucking like obviously
But that's okay.
once they get China and Russia, once China gets the outcome that they want, they're just gonna smash Russia. We realize that, but for the time being, that's a fucking threat, dude.
Well, right now.
They're fucking giving Russia drones and fucking ammunition and everything right now.
Well, and Iran is
So
too.
and Iran too.
Syria.
So, and Iran's like
Syria.
1
They're
second
giving
away from
fucking
having
drones.
a nuke. You don't consider that any type of a threat?
Well, like one.
So is it those three against the U.S. or is it those three against
So-
NATO?
NATO.
What it looks like, right, it is
So,
Iran,
let's put the whole thing
Russia,
in.
and China
I feel
are
like-
all
are you
working
talking
together
to me?
right
Trying to
now.
down to me?
Okay, Iran, we got that terrible nuclear deal, which they're able to build a nuke right now because of us, right? And that fucking multiple pallets of cash we gave them, not even like,
$150 billion.
dude,
Who the
pallets, dude, pallets of cash wrapped for them. Oh, and you can
Send me an
continue
Iran.
your nuclear program.
Obama did the same thing in Iran, dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Iranian deal.
And now we're
That's
acting
true.
like we're not
Trump
that
shut it
concerned.
down. Biden fucking brought it back. Obama fucking started.
But we
Fuck
know
you,
they can't
Obama.
hit us.
Fuck you, Biden.
So that's not that's not the issue, because they won't have the capabilities to send a nuke over here. But what we're concerned about is what they're going to do.
Unless
with
they-
Iran.
well,
Yeah, well, they nuked it.
well, Iran is
But
targeting
India's right next to
Israel
it, which
right
is
now.
not cool.
Israel's
India's right
about
next to
to
it,
fuck
they're more
Iran up before they can complete
But
their
they're
nuke.
cool with
Indians are
India,
Indians are
and
huge
India doesn't like China.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
So
India-
they're playing friendly.
They're all playing
They act friendly.
Yes,
Fire
but
just
it's
to
all
be against
playing.
Western.
It is
I
all
told you it was the
playing.
BRICS. That's why I said the BRICS before.
India's
BRICS, they
pissed.
want that.
China's
Russia,
involved. They don't want to
India,
get involved with
China.
them. And
Well,
China's like,
They're only
fuck
going
them.
to support
India's
each other while it
vulnerable.
benefits them.
They're
Yeah, they can
vulnerable.
go.
Which is what's fucked
So
up.
they got a million
That's
man
what's up.
standing army.
But you got to think on paper, like numbers don't mean shit. It's numbers that a lot of wars go down. Like even shit, the Confederates back in Civil War, they had numbers. They should have wiped us out, but they just
Yeah.
did not have
On
any.
paper.
It comes down
Yeah,
to
organized.
planning, tactics,
So
and
you got all these people, and if you
Organization.
can't get them to where they need to be, that doesn't mean a fucking thing. You know what I mean? The lack.
But
of,
in this new
direction.
world, if the countries are nuclear powers, if they're first world countries, how do we even go to war with a country?
like we do any other time.
Well, you
No,
gotta
we have
get
nukes, though.
You gotta take
we have
nukes
nukes.
off
They
the
have
table.
nukes.
Yeah.
Just take them off the table.
So we're gonna fight a conventional
You have to
war.
until somebody
you
shoots one.
have-
It won't be
you
I'm
have
gonna
to-
say, and we're
And
gonna,
history dictates them as the
and we're
bad
just
guy.
gonna hope that
Listen,
we don't.
No,
you
not
know,
that.
There's
Look at
no
history, you can
recovering
dictate
from
that. Who
nuclear
shot
fallout, dude. There's no recovering from it.
Because the thing that's weird to like people want to, like I said, people will say like, oh, I guess you support Russia, you support Biden, you support Putin or whatever. But it's like a lot of the stuff they said that people said it wasn't true. It was true. Like there are those biochemical labs.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a whole handful of them, and they said no, there's not. And then finally, when they had the proof,
Yeah,
they
I
said,
figured that,
okay,
yeah.
there is, but it's not. We're not making stuff to hurt anybody. Yes, you are.
That's
I mean,
another
it's
thing
not-
Yeah, we also did that with what Saddam Hussein. We have weapons of
Yeah.
mass destruction.
That's
we use
another
And it's
them.
really us behind
It's
the
really
scenes.
us.
like you said earlier, that's another thing that went through the news
Listen.
cycle real quick.
Yeah.
Nobody even
The
fucking
government
talks
lies,
about
the
it.
government lies, the government lies. Right? That's all they fucking do if they're
And
moving
then the
their line.
Nazis, the big concentration neo-Nazis, people said that was a lie.
Nazis.
In Ukraine. The Nazis really are in Ukraine.
Yeah.
There are actually huge platoons, militias of them. You know this.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah.
But if you say that, people are like, that's not true. It is true though.
Mhm.
Why can't we talk about it though?
Dude, there's a lot of things you
We
can
are,
talk
we
about.
are.
We are right now.
I think
You want to lead us in on this?
Right, no, but I'm saying we
You got
are.
your newsletter?
No, I'm saying we are. But like most people, you talk about this stuff, and people like
They shut down.
you're talking. That's not true. That's not fact. But it is though. But we just don't. We're not allowed to just talk like
Because
that.
you think our day-to-day life, Americans always think, well, this is my day-to-day life. That isn't the same here. It isn't the same
Yeah.
fucking here. It isn't the same
I just
here.
feel like
You know
we're
what I
all
mean?
doing it on different levels, but
We
it's
have
really
shit
all the same at the end
people
of the day.
here, shit groups of people here. They're gonna have shit groups of people
But
over
I've
there.
always felt like the elites. Why are these people who don't live life like we do? Why are they telling us
Well-
how we should be living our lives?
Control.
What we should give them for money? Yeah.
Well, check it out.
I know.
I think we got some of the shittiest groups of people in the world here in Massachusetts. in America. And in Massachusetts.
Right here in this room.
fucking room.
A bunch of fucking scumbags.
Assholes.
I don't know why Massachusetts came up before America. It's fucking true.
Allegedly.
I guess it depends where you are in Massachusetts.
Mass.
Though. It depends on what area you're in.
But it's so true, man.
Mass bastards.
And we got some of the biggest fucking propagators of all this bullshit here, right in our country, and it's just causing cancer throughout the fucking world. And again, like America,
Do as I
a
say.
lot
not
of
as I
things
do.
change, dude. If America fucking does anything, there's definitely adjustments other places in the world that are taking place. So even these small movements, like when you think about it, okay, this is shifted, now fucking everything else got to fucking kind of move and fall into place with that. So if we got shitty people here doing shitty things, right, that also
Affects the
fucking
world.
ripples around the world.
It's a ripple effect.
Yep,
Oh,
it ripples
absolutely.
around the world.
Well, when you're the number one country in the world that fucking dominates everything, yeah. it's
Well,
definitely
dude, we're not acting
I
like it
wonder
though.
how far
We've
we're
tucked
in.
that fucking huge
Time-wise.
Johnson between our legs and fucking
Yeah, but we still
been like,
control,
look at my
we control
vagina.
all the
Like,
oceans for
fuck.
everyone.
China's gonna Epstein Island Biden.
Dude, yeah. Biden gonna get mushroom
I'm
stands
actually
by
gonna check
fucking
time
sheep.
quick.
I know. Mushroom stand.
Yeah, he's good.
He seems like you did what?
Don't knock the camera over.
48
I wasn't gonna.
minutes.
48 already?
Is that what it is?
48.
No, it's probably a little less than that. Probably like 40.
I can't even see the time on it though.
Dan, he didn't never press record.
Oh, I can't see the time on it though, and I don't want to fuck it up. So
Check your computer. It's not right on the same time. Well, yeah.
46, 48. Oh yeah, that's good. 46, 48.
What do you got for more topics?
Oh, we
What else
pretty
you got
much,
for topics then?
yeah, we actually exhausted a lot of the topics, but what is something that's really huge right now? Oh, you know
My
what?
dick?
So there's a couple of things. Wait. Okay.
Oh, Gurgle.
There's a couple of things.
He shit himself.
What did you guys did? Have all you guys seen?
Hurry up, bro.
Oh man, guys, Covey knows this. I'm sorry, I
Jesus,
apologize for
fuck.
that. I didn't think that was gonna smell like that.
Your nuclear war? Jesus.
SunDaze, get your merch now.
Oh, Dave, are you one of the people who get mad when someone farts? You look like you're mad. No, okay.
He's
Does
pissed.
this get you mad? Oh my god, it's
Yeah,
terrible.
yes.
It doesn't
What was I
tickle
gonna
his
say?
fancy.
Oh my God.
Did you guys see Woody
Smells like
Harrelson's
Use condoms.
stint on
What's that rose
fucking
Dude, it does smell like latex.
SNL? You see his freaking?
Oh, dude, I can smell that.
Did you see? I can taste it. Did you see Woody Harrelson's monologue? Did you see Woody Harrelson's monologue on Saturday
We
Night
talked
Live?
about it last week, but yeah, it was I thought it was good.
This guy always fucking says this
I
thing.
thought it was good.
You're just like the people who forget what the fucking news was 2 days ago because you stops right there. Doesn't get updated at all. I'll fucking
Not
fight
really.
you.
I
Pow!
just don't yap for no reason.
Oh, you don't yell? That's weird. That's weird because I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about last night. Remember when you were whispering
What, like
sweet
dick
nothings?
Ah,
Well, he
He
just
put his
said,
dick in it and fucked when I
well, he
was
just said he
here.
doesn't. Yeah, we should have been like, yeah, no shit, we know.
Yeah, I just want to be ha.
he's gonna touch it one way or another.
Yeah. But no, I love that shit.
Are we
I love that
fixing
he
on
went-
topics now?
He absolutely no. This was all part of the plan. That he went off script because you know that they didn't want that.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. I heard
But
about
you have
it.
to have some sort
Oh,
of
it's
that
good.
mindset of it, of
He
knowing
said-
the situation. That's why. It's
But
like,
Woody
funny.
Harrelson is good for that type of series. But basically, he says
His bit was
I got
awesome.
a script. He said I got a script from a movie studio, and the story was about Big Pharma, released, after a virus was released, they already, they made the,
They had to go there, didn't they?
Yeah, and he's like, and they forcing all of us to take it. He's like, and I was like, no, that just doesn't really sound realistic. I don't want to make that movie. I was like, dude, wow.
It's very realistic.
What about Russell Brand on Bill Maher? Did I mention that?
That was awesome.
He's
Dude.
my new fucking hero.
Russell
That
Brand
was so on fucking
Bill
point.
Maher's an asshat.
But that's the stuff.
He trashes
Awful,
that, dude.
bro.
He
But
fucking
that's the
trashes
stuff
him.
that people like. What he said, how he said it. That's the stuff that people hate.
Right.
They don't like that. Guarantee some people. But Bill Maher right now even is in the climate that we're in. People actually say like,
He's
Bill
more
Maher
center.
seems
Yeah,
like
he's more
more
center.
to
He's
the
definitely
right,
more center.
but it's because the needle has moved.
That's
It's not
true.
because he has
No,
moved.
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
It's not because he. Yeah.
It's because what was measuring him moved.
Because he's saying like shit is it's ridiculous that you wouldn't expect that he would, but it's because it is.
But it's true.
Well,
you can't
the-
deny the fucking.
The right is the same-ish, but the left is really fucking different.
I think we've shifted
Like,
a little. I think the right shifted
There was a
little.
journalist.
I feel like
that guy was so mad.
Look
Why
at
are they
fucking
mad?
turkey
Why are they
neck,
mad
Nicole.
about January 6th?
Yeah.
Fucking
videos
turkey
that-
neck.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Let's
here's
bring
the
that
thing.
up, dude.
Yeah, let's not bring that up. That
That
actually
look,
was
my
on
brother,
this too.
both sides, Republicans and Democrats, are pissed.
The January
Yeah.
6th
The
videos,
January
the thing I
6th.
don't understand about it is that they both have their own narrative. But now they're trying to say like, it's so disgusting that Fox News would release those and try to paint the picture they want to. Dude,
Sorry,
why
Fox.
did you
They're
hide
doing
these
it.
certain clips
There's
that
nothing there.
that
Why
make
hide
it be, that shows like they literally
Fucking lied.
the fucking
about
guy
everything.
with the
Everything.
bison hat, he
The
was
QAnon
non-aggressive.
Guy,
He was non-aggressive.
nine officers.
They were skipping it.
Bringing them around.
Opening doors.
It
Come
shows
on,
that
guys,
the Capitol
right here.
Police.
He said
they
a prayer for
fucking-
him.
Dude, they were taking him on a field trip through the fucking. Like, but why is it wrong to show that?
Hold on.
Because
So
it
now,
goes against the narrative.
so now
Yeah.
he's going to be in jail for 4 years,
years,
about
right?
4 years.
4.5,
That's
I think,
$30,000 of taxpayers' money each
Yeah,
year.
good point.
Going into when he could probably be on an ankle bracelet.
How about the
Go back
millions?
to wrong.
How about the
right.
millions
Nothing
they
violent.
spent
I don't know.
on the whole
On
fucking
him. Everybody else,
investigation?
other shit, again.
No, you both on.
Oh, dude, they fucking beat the whole fucking January 6th movement. But it just blows my mind that like that. They're like,
It wasn't right.
That's
It wasn't right.
disgusting.
Again.
And all
Why
these
though?
people,
Hold on, why they painted that
all these people don't even believe.
Why are they
Because
painting
shit came out and
No,
they said
why are
it.
they painting that way? You don't hear that about the BLM riots from the Summer of Love prior. Is it to
That was mostly
desensitize you from
peaceful,
one to the
Joe.
other?
That was mostly
Right.
peaceful.
That's my point,
It
though.
was mostly peaceful.
Because
burning
one was
buildings
billions
down.
of dollars,
And fucking
one was
murdering
billions
people.
of dollars of damage, and one was like hundreds of thousands.
Well, what
maybe
about
a
the
couple
cops that didn't
million.
really die?
Oh yeah, no, 40 people. That
Dude, the
died.
dude getting in his car at the end of the day.
He's like, he didn't look like
He
he
died.
fire extinguishers. Dude's like,
He
oh,
died protecting the Capitol building.
Dude, come on.
You know who did
That's
that? though?
insane.
Was Ashley
You're
Babbitt.
fucking liars,
She
man.
got shot in the
I'm
neck.
running for
dude.
office now.
She
And
was
then
about
you
5
and then
foot 4,
put that
100 and
That
nothing
was
pounds,
terrible.
dude. She got shot
Did
in
you
the
see
neck.
it?
She did not have a fucking
Bring
weapon.
one to the bitch.
She died. You never hear about Ashley
Because
Babbitt.
one of the guys said,
See, that's bullshit too.
I do
Dude,
want
right,
to
the video of her getting shot, you can't
You were
see
on
who
side
did
after
it,
the song.
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
can see
you
the
don't blow
moments
me.
up to when she was just at the door. The glass got broke, and then next thing you know, she gets shot in the friggin' neck. They can't identify who did it conveniently.
What do you mean? I saw they did an interview with the guy.
That guy fired just.
He's a
into
black
wall.
guy. They did an interview with him. He's
I'm
under
not up to date
protection.
on that.
Yeah, he's under protection. He's under
Why?
protection.
Because he
He's a
murdered,
fucking
he
murderer.
murdered her.
But
He
no,
murdered her.
but people will say that we're fucking
The Capitol Police.
R-worded.
Dude, I saw an interview with her husband. It fucking broke my heart. As a husband of mine,
And she was
being a
ex-military.
husband myself, dude. It
Like,
broke
dude.
my fucking
Of course,
heart.
imagine
Sure,
not
brain
having your wife
going
around
on.
because of that.
I can't.
You
Yeah.
you.
I'll be fucking in
I've
trouble.
been with
if
my wife
You know
for
what I mean? But seriously,
24
man, you
years,
put
dude,
yourself in a
and I'll
fucked
tell
up-
you,
I've been with my
Another-
wife for 20 years.
another thing too
it
with
broke my heart.
with the whole January 6th thing too, man. Ray Epps, how come he is not being fucking brought up more?
Because he's FBI.
Because
That's-
clearly,
yeah.
because clearly he was an input. Dude,
No, I know.
Dude, they
It's like-
they tricked.
He was
them.
in there. He
They
was in
tricked
the
them.
building.
They provocated that.
Well-
They've shown all kinds of people who are clearly people who are not part of the actual.
Just get a pass because
Well,
you're,
like,
you're an
come
FBI
on in,
informant.
everyone.
But actually inciting shit to happen.
It never
wasn't the
happened.
regular
There was
people.
no
And
incitement.
that's
No,
that's
but those
funny.
people
that
were.
when I
The
say that-
FBI people were trying to incite.
It
Yeah,
wasn't even.
they had plants.
Yes, that's what I mean. Those were the people that were trying to incite the regular people.
No, you're good.
They had
No, it's
plants
me.
in the
FBI
fucking
did it.
crowd. Okay.
Yeah, we got a coach under on
To instigate, to try and incite. It didn't necessarily happen. Then they had to friggin' go ahead and create a narrative around, this guy who was dressed up with his buffalo hat.
Supporting Trump.
Shaman
Trump supporters.
Also,
because they have politicized.
Also, too, he was a Navy.
They have politicized Navy vet.
Country. Like,
3-letter agencies, unfortunately, they have
need to go.
compromised. They
need to go.
politically
All of them.
charged now. Yeah,
Every one of them.
Like, and it's insane.
So we're talking about
so what's the
USBI.
recipe then?
and
How to fix
CIA.
it? I know it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody wants to talk about that.
To
but that
me,
really is.
to me, it really all like obviously it was happening long before this, but when it really started getting going is John F. Kennedy
Another 3-letter word.
gets assassinated by the CIA. Obviously, at this point, that's obvious, and they say this word existed before with this phrase conspiracy theorist, and that's what they use to try to. Anytime you say anything, you're a conspiracy theorist.
It means it's true.
Devalue you.
That means it's true.
Absolutely.
Devalue
That's the ammo.
Conspiracy theorist. It means it's
That's the only ammo that they fucking have.
Just a theory.
And by the
Yeah.
way, I'd like to tease. Episode 20 is going to be an all conspircy theory episode, and I know my guy fucking Price is going to be on.
I got
that
a
one.
chubby. I've been
Hey,
grinding.
dude,
Juliana wants to go on too.
Do me a favor.
I'm cutting.
I want everybody. I want everybody who's gonna be on the show. Make your own little notes of the top, like.
we'll make
like,
notes.
but like, I want to do some like
We'll make
I want to do
notes.
like, do you really believe that?
Why don't we
Tupac
shoot
and
that
Bobby
out
shit,
at the
like-
Bridgewater Triangle? The conspiracy theory around a campfire.
Have you heard about? You guys are familiar with
Bridgewater Triangle?
I live in Bridgewater.
Bro, let's go.
Yeah,
We want to
Just shoot the
do.
video
So-
out there.
So
We wanna camp there
April.
overnight.
I don't know about camping. Guys. I don't know about all.
I have. Well, you don't have to go, bitch.
No,
so
no.
I don't want to.
Well,
but I have a
Wrestling
fucking.
When you say you are the show, bitch, this shit is filmed on my motherfucking phone. So go
Right.
fuck yourself.
That's-
But anyway,
And that's about where it stops when you guys do the show.
But anyway,
Mr. Gavel.
Jesus
what
Christ.
we're trying to do is we're gonna actually film in Freetown, and we're hoping to try to if we don't technically sleep
Appreciate
out
that
there.
contribution.
Also, my cousin Dom said he'll come out strapped to the tills.
Yeah.
Hey, but guess what? Guns
You-
don't
will you
work
come
on
strap
ghosts,
too?
man.
I know,
Guns don't
but
work on
No,
ghosts.
but
There's
Sasquatch
satanic
is out
cults
there,
and
too.
shit.
Oh, there's a Bigfoot there too, I think.
Oh, there's
Or
a
Wolfman.
yeah, Sammy Squatch and all that shit.
If
Sammy
you
Squatch.
vaginas want me to go
I'm
out
sorry you
there,
have a newer phone than me,
fucking
Dan. You're
strap
so
up, I
cool,
will.
man.
I'll go.
That was way late.
Yeah,
Oh, it was?
the edibles might
That's
be
how
getting
my
to your
brain
brain.
works.
I know, but
My brain's just
Just
comprehended.
caught up to the.
Yeah. It just caught up.
It's
to
that
it,
5G.
but that's something
We do appreciate that, Dan. Let's
That's-
use this phone.
So-
No.
Now that we talk about the Bridgewater Triangle a little bit, are you guys familiar with like some of the lore?
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
of
I
that?
showed
You know
I told him about
Buck
Jay
Wedgies and all
Sylvester.
that
Uncle
shit, right?
Wedgies, yeah.
I told him what
There's
do you remember
over-
what Jay Sylvester did?
Wedgies. There's over 8,000
Yeah, the old cockbox one.
8,000 Native American burial ground.
I thought that was
and
that's
then
kind of
the-
cool.
that's
That's
the-
legit,
it's fucked up. It was
You know,
great,
the wildlife you gotta watch out for, and then
Right, definitely.
hopefully.
Oh,
so,
coyotes.
I mean,
Formula.
but you're gonna come with us too, so that should.
I'll go with you.
Let's
I'll
make
bring
an
some
expedition.
weapons. Yeah, I'll bring some weapons, all
Yeah.
kinds.
We'll get,
I'll bring all
You
kinds.
get your LTC?
I'm gonna bring some axes and some machetes and stuff like that. So
Yep.
and some snacks.
I've been out there at 2 a.m., 1 a.m., four-wheeling out in the Freetown Sea, where it's a whole different
I'll bring
feeling
the
out
snacks,
there, bro.
guys.
It's a
Yeah, and it's like all you hear is cringing
You want
and
me to
shit.
bring the
I went out there when it was
I'm
starting
sorry,
to
you
get
born
dark.
here right now?
They don't want you to bring any snacks.
It's a little thick out.
Oh, real quick!
That's one thing I
Yeah, I
won't
gotta plug the
stand.
show.
Fucking
gotta plug
Dan
the
can
show.
call me a fucking piece
Dude,
of garbage,
all
but I
of
won't
them.
stand.
Dude,
It's not
oh,
about
Jesus
snacks.
Christ.
Get 'em.
Real quick news. Pencil show's coming up. We're headlining our show this Friday, St. Patrick's
This
Day,
Friday.
at Revives in Middleborough, Massachusetts.
Bring your green hat.
Bring a fucking green hat.
Damn.
Then we're gonna go to
Yeah.
Putnam, Connecticut next at the Stomping Ground. That's
You
March
have to.
31st.
You
The
have to. We
Connecticut
have to
show.
go to Connecticut and get a fucking.
Boom.
hotel.
We're doing
Quincy, Mass on April 7th. We're
Oh.
gonna be at Spicy's multi-service
Oh.
smoke shop. Yes. And then where are we
So
going
wait.
again?
Dude, you guys got.
We got
Oh, April 28th.
Yeah.
April 28th.
You guys are on the grind right now.
Shows
You guys
us,
are
shows
mad.
us.
Jesus.
So we got all those shows coming up, and then we also for we haven't necessarily promoted it the best, but we got
Yeah.
songs dropping. We just dropped a song, "Nice Guy" on,
Nice Guy,
on
yeah,
Monday.
you see it all over
so
SunDaze, hip-hop
every
heads.
other Monday for the next 3 months, we'll be dropping a new single also.
Hell
So
yeah.
Nice.
New Music Monday.
Music
Yes.
Mondays every
And
other
we got
Monday.
and we got Mr. It's Your Boy FiF and his fucking partner in crime.
We gotta
The fucking threat. Check out Threat. It's Your Boy FiF and Kyle El Cunao.
Oh,
Yeah,
nailed
man.
it. He was practicing all week.
I'm sticking with Carl.
As far as I can.
I downloaded Babel for that. I was gonna say you got download.
Bro, I was thinking we should do like one massive event at some point. Honestly, I know you guys talked about this before too, like renting out like players or something, and have like fucking Joey, and maybe we could get Carl up here, and then we could MC it or something.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little live podcast shit.
Oh, yeah.
Shout
out to
but that's why I put my wife on the spot at McDonald's. Say purposely in front of Dave because I was like, I asked her that. I'm like, I was like, the guys have a show in Connecticut. I was like, I would like us to go up and rent a hotel room. She's like, we just went to Connecticut with a Shay. How many goddamn times do we have to go to Connecticut with Shay Brothers?
Man, who doesn't love
Shout
Connecticut?
out Tim.
That was New Hampshire.
But no. Shout about me,
They went
Aaron and Tim, the Lovebirds.
Oh,
We went to the casino. But I was like, no, we need to go, and so
I'll give you where we're staying.
So I put her on the spot, and she was like, no, Dave, I'm definitely gonna try. Good go there, Dave. I love you, Dave.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Her right now, right?
No, I'm
not
can't take it back
for 2 weeks.
God damn it.
First off,
I'll give you our hotel.
if you're gonna nail the voice, you're gonna be like,
I told Mary got a room. Everyone's saying one room.
one room.
Oh, you're getting it later, bro. Oh, yeah.
Paul.
I hope I do get it.
Oh, you are.
We're gonna shoot a podcast from the hotel room.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot a podcast right from our hotel
Back in
room. man, that
WW,
show.
2 hours of streaming. Now I just shoot it all over my wife's ass.
Down to Putnam, Connecticut.
So anything else? Do we have any other promos? Actually, I meant to ask you. Why don't you give a shout out to you and your wife's company? Look at the camera and tell them who you are and what you do.
Okay.
So my wife Carrie and I, we run bulkhead doors over in Middleborough, Mass. If you need a bulkhead, we do custom, we do standard sizes. Give us a call. 508-947-0777. Thanks.
You made it like 3 seconds and I'll say it too much.
All right.
For the zero out now on Spotify. Nice Guy out now on Spotify. Run those goddamn views up. Threat out now on Spotify.
No, let him say the number again because it got cut off.
It's 508-947-0777. Fuck you, Paul.
And on that note, another successful episode.
Paul's a piece of shit.
We'll have a muzzle on him next week. Don't worry.
All right, guys.
I'm sorry, I was just out of control.
We're gonna zap him
If
tomorrow.
anyone needs a
I just
bulkhead,
had ants in my pants.
Jump in
today.
the
I'm
puddle
sorry.
hot.
You got shit.
I gotta shut this off. I got a fucking
Fellas
problem.
going.
I got a fucking problem.